We do want to thank you for joining us on what has been a busy Tuesday morning. Maybe you have some cleanup there after all that monsoon damage. I'm Nick Saletti.
And I'm Kaylee O'Kelly. Whether you saw it in person, maybe online, the massive monsoon event has everyone talking about it this morning.
Yeah, we're just getting some incredible images right now coming from the Sweet James Chopper overnight and from all of our ABC 15 viewers. Let's start with this. Jill Adair capturing these images of her flight taking off from Mesa Gateway Airport. You could just see all that dust, those clouds there around her.
At least she was able to get out of there, right? We do want to check in with our meteorologist, Jorge Torres. Jorge, this really is one of the biggest monsoon storms we've had in quite some time.
There's a lot of comparisons to July 5th, 2011. We had that massive monsoon storm, and that massive haboob or wall of dust that rolled in from the southeast and impacted the valley. We saw that again yesterday with early estimates showing the haboob or the dust storm itself being as high as 4,000 feet and extending 30 to 40 miles wide across the valley. And it also dropped those temperatures. We were in the triple digits around the time the storm hit, and then we were in the 70s, mid 70s by 6 o'clock. And of course, we had those damaging wind gusts in excess of 60 to even 70 miles per hour, specifically there at Sky Harbor, where we had a gust yesterday of 70 miles per hour causing damage. Same in Chandler at 67, Mesa Falcon Field at 66, and 50 mile per hour gusts in areas like Gateway and Scottsdale too. So with any storm that moved through, a trail of damage was left behind, and we saw it obviously across many neighborhoods throughout the valley. And ABC 15's Adam Mincer live in Phoenix right now showing some of the damage, including some trees that were rooted out of the ground overnight.
Good morning, Jorge. That's right. We were talking about how powerful those winds were, those gusts were. 70-mile-per-hour gusts coming through, the equivalent of some tropical storms you were explaining to me. And let me show you what that pure power looks like. You can see how this massive 20, 30-foot tree completely uprooted. I mean, these are not weak branches. These were firm. They were in the ground, also impacting some of the piping. And on the other side of this, concrete also just completely ripped off as well. You can see how this tree is impacting the sidewalks in this neighborhood and completely toppled over. This will be a lot of work to clean up. Now I want to show you the storm that caused this damage from a couple different perspectives from all across the valley. You could see how it rolled in, coming in suddenly for so many people, catching so many by surprise, many in their cars needing to pull over, thankfully being as safe as possible. And we're also seeing and speaking to people from all across the valley on what the experience was like for them.
And just all of a sudden, boom. It was like, it sounded like lightning, and then I just heard air, and it was shattered. Big hole through the top of it, yeah.
10 seconds, it was kind of little dark, but then it went pitch black. Scared the lights out of me. I didn't know what to think.
And I want to show you guys a little bit more of what this damage looked like. You can see how these concrete areas completely destroyed, completely moved around. And as we're starting to feel what the weather is like today, Jorge's been saying it, not the same chances for storms as we saw yesterday, but it is muggy. The air feels thick. I've been sweating the moment I step outside of our cars. So please be aware of that as you start your mornings, and be aware of different debris. There's debris all across. There's debris on some roads that we saw as we were traveling, so be cautious as you're starting your Tuesday. Kaylee and Nick.
And give yourself plenty of time. It's just going to be one of those mornings. Our Adam Mincer live for us this morning.
Other news.